What's up, fellas? Welcome back to the channel. It has been a while, to say the least. It's been a little bit. I have taken a hiatus from YouTube. I think I have done 15 different podcasts over the holidays and into the new year. It's been a while since I have turned on this camera and actually visited with y'all. This video is going to be about why I do YouTube. Why do I use YouTube? And it's very important to understand my why as to understand my channel. A lot of you guys have been following along a long time. We started towards the end of the FLW Tour career for me, into the Bassmaster Opens, and then now qualifying for the Bassmaster Elite Series. It is now January. I believe today's date is 10th or 11th, something like that. It is Sunday morning. And we're gonna get into the why. And it's gonna help you understand what this channel's about, and it's gonna help you understand what to expect from this channel in 2023 going forward. So guys, hold on, we'll get to it. Get in here. Good God, that's hurt. Stay hooked up, baby. Stay hooked up. All right, fellas. The why of this channel. Guys, I have approaching this the same way that I approached my season, my off season, to get ready for the 2023 season. Some of the most important things to me that after I sat back and thought about what all can I do to make myself the best angler that I can possibly be in 2023, going on to the Elite Series for the second time in my life. At my age, as much fishing as I've done, I've spent a lot of winters where I spent a lot of time on the water. I've gone through baits, I've studied, a lot of the things that you guys have done. When it was all said and done, what I had to come to terms with is I'm no longer the young whippersnapper. You guys see the results in tournaments that are going on and regional and national events. The younger guys are getting stronger. A lot of guys are committing their time towards learning forward-facing sonar. I know a lot of older guys that are on tour are spending a lot of time to really refine that and get better at it. That seems to be all the hub, and there is no doubt there's going to be some derbies won with forward-facing sonar going into 2023. It will be the same as last year and maybe even more so. A big deal for me was just to look back and go, okay, how do you want to spend your time? Like I said, me no longer being young, I thought that the biggest thing that I noticed over the last couple of years in the Opens is that I come home and I'm exhausted. So I thought, to be mentally fit, I need to be physically fit. I used to go to the gym and work out. Some of that stuff had gone by the way past. With you younger guys that are still doing it, you'll understand there's not very many Todd Castledines in the world that still go in there and hit it like an animal in their 40s. I myself are in my 40s, and so I took that up over 8 weeks ago so that I would be far along by the time the season started. It doesn't really have anything to do with stamina. This isn't a boxing contest, an athletic contest. You guys know as well as I do, some of the most unfit dudes in the world dominate this sport. What it really boils down to is being physically fit, because really what it matters at the end of the day is what's between your ears. And guys, this is at a local level, a regional level, whatever you're fishing, it comes down to what's between your ears. And if you're having a tough time with just staying physically into it, you're going to lose your mental focus. There's no doubt about that. That's going to come. So that, along with my mental focus, were the two things that I really focused on in this off season. I really wanted to look and set goals. I'm a goal-oriented person. I think that that's what kept me driving through the Opens for so long that you guys followed along on. Understanding what those goals are, putting some parameters around that as far as finishes. So goals for 2023, I make no bones about it. I want a blue trophy, and I want it as fast as I can get it. I'm not hiding that fact. I'm not ashamed of that fact. Qualifying for the Elite Series or qualifying for the Bassmaster Classic is also on my goal list. I think that I know that I have never been a good points guy. Everything that I have done is focused on my goals, and my goals, like I've stated before, were, blue trophy, qualifying for the Bassmaster Classic. I've never been a very good points angler, and I know that. I knew that when I got into the opens, and that was one of the scary things about that. I'm kind of a, I don't know. I've had some times in my career where the light shines down on me, and I've been blessed to be able to catch, freak show bags, lead tournaments, lead them wire to wire. And that tends to be my style, and I don't know why. I don't consciously make that decision. But what I do know is that comes when I'm within my element, and my element is generally 5 foot or less. Looking at the Elite Series schedule going forward, there are some benefits to this. The fact that there are first 6 tournaments of the year are in the southern portions of the United States. Most of those 6 will have a fish somewhere somewhat related to the bank. There will be 10 guys in the top 10 that catch them fish in my style. This will be the smallest field that I've fished against in over a decade, like by far. I mean, FLW Tour fields were 150, 175. I mean, they were big fields. This is 100 guys. The opens were 225 guys. There's going to be water that's accessible. On top of that, we have a very limited practice period of only 3 days. There is no off limits information from the time that the schedule comes out. Some of the guys are spending time and going to these lakes before it goes quote, quote, off limits. They're allowed on the water and they can go practice. So like Okeechobee, the first one, for example, there are guys, a big majority of the field of guys that I compete against that went down there this winter that are probably down there right now today, right before it cuts off limits 30 days before. And then they will move up to Seminole and they will spend some time there. I have done this in the past. Pre-practice does sometimes pan out. Like I said, I'm 48 years old. I have a wife, I have 4 children, I have a lot of commitments at home. I have other businesses that we have going here that need my attention so that I can leave and go on the road. I don't have that freedom. What I do have is I have a lot of experience on a lot of the impoundments that we're going to, so it will not be my first rodeo. In years past, I actually made a video a couple of years, last fall when I barely missed making the Elite Series, and I questioned my why and my thought process and my want to and all these things, and you guys have been following and seen that video. I learned a lot from the feedback that you guys gave back to me, but one of them in particular was a guy on there that was like in sports psychology. That's what he does for a living, and he messaged me privately and he was like, look dude, you're beating yourself up over spilt milk. That doesn't matter. Like, everybody gets there a different way. And I'm beating myself up because my buddies like Brian New and Schmidt and these guys are spending so much time just humping, working on this off season. That's not how I'm going to run my game. My game is best when I've had some time away. It makes me hungrier. It makes me work harder during the time that I'm there and allows my brain to focus completely on the job at hand. And like I said, guys, at the end of the day, on the Elite Series, every guy there can skip, flip, pitch, throw every technique, live scope. Everybody's capable of winning. For the most part, almost all of them are capable of winning with any technique, doing anything. They're all phenomenal world-class fishermen. What separates the top from the rest is what's between the ears. It's the thought process. It's the confidence. It's understanding what happens with a bite and understanding where it came from and why it came from there. And so these are the things that I'm really trying to focus on. And if you're not completely dialed in when you're on the water, if your mind is off on, hey, I've got these kids at home that have got basketball practice tomorrow night, I'm running practice, what are the drills gonna be? I've got this insurance bill that I've got to get paid. My taxes are due in 2 weeks. All these things that go through our minds while we're on the water have to be eliminated. Because if those things, those thoughts are coming and going outside of your brain, it just doesn't compute to how do I catch the next bass. The why that I talked about, the why do I do YouTube? I've watched a lot of YouTube this winter, this off season, a lot. I've watched a lot of podcasts. I've gone through a lot of the different guys' channels, and it is very apparent to me that my channel is different from anyone else's. I went on a podcast the other day and I had someone actually tell me that, said, hey, Hallman, you're kind of a part-time YouTuber. That's probably true. Never thought of it that way, but it's probably true because I do take hiatuses from it. I am not a creator of content. Like, that's not my goal. My goal is not 500,000 subscribers. My goal is not to get 100,000 views on every video that I make. I don't clickbait very much. Some of the people that see things probably think that it's boring, and that's fine. My YouTube channel is directed towards guys that are very much like me, dedicated to the sport, love the sport, have loved it for many, many years, and are extremely wanting to learn more and more every single day, because that's one of the things that makes our sport great. No matter how long you've done it, no matter how good you are, there's still tons and tons of room to get better and learn more. That's what my channel's about. It's also about the experiences. I try to bring you guys along because I understand. I mean, I was a plumber, and I don't have some family, goal that allowed me to do this. Since I was 18 years old, I bought my first boat on my own. I went to the credit union, got the loan for $6,000 or whatever it was, and blew the motor up the next day. I get all aspects of this from everybody, from wherever you are economically, wherever you are in age, and wherever you are in the sport. I get it because I've done that. I didn't have a father that was winning tournaments, that put me in the boat with him at a young age to teach me the ropes. My dad loved to fish, never fished a tournament in his life. Definitely got me the love of fishing, but the tournament fishing came later. So what I'm getting at is that I try to make this channel for everybody. And I want to bring you in on the experiences. I take you places, I've taken you inside of Big Bite Factory. I've taken you inside of Spro warehouse there in Atlanta, where all of the Spro baits and tackle and equipment is, which is incredible. I've taken you inside of Phoenix Boats manufacturing and gone through the entire manufacturing process of Phoenix Boats. We're going to continue to do things like that on this channel. I've actually got a surprise for you coming up really soon. I'm headed to pick up a Phoenix boat. As soon as I get done with this video, I've got to get in the truck and do an 11-hour drive to Tennessee to get my boat. One example, a lot of the guys have their boats, right? I've seen them on social media. They've got them, they're rigged, they're wrapped, they're going down to the lakes, they're practicing. This has never been for me. I don't know why. I try to get a boat ordered, no matter, years ago when I was on the Elite Series and I was a Skeeter, it's always been the same way. It's always been last minute. I spent the night parked in the parking lot of the guy that's going to wrap the boat before I leave to go to a tournament. I've done that before. I've always been on the dirt road. I don't know why, but the dirt road's been real good to me, and I don't complain about it. I enjoy it. I enjoy you guys. I appreciate the feedback that you guys give to me. We've got a lot coming for 2023. I'm really excited about it, content-wise, YouTube-wise. It's going to be different than anything else that's out there. The Elite Series, a lot of the guys that are doing YouTube, Polinick's a great example, has a phenomenal channel. Real high production, cinema, I'm not going that direction, boys. I'm bringing y'all in the house every night, every day, every morning, going over my thoughts, my feelings, what's going on in the event, how my roommate John Sookup's doing. This is what it's going to be. And I'm going to try to release more content with less editing. I am just going to go through, bring y'all along so that you guys get to experience the ride with me. Hopefully we get to go all the way to the top and we get a hold of Blue Trophy. I don't know that that'll happen. That is the goal. This could be a crash and burn. I don't know. It's been over a decade since I was on the Elite Series. So a lot of things have changed. A lot of faces have changed. A lot of new people. But what I can tell you is that I'm definitely bringing you guys along for the ride. This is the beginning of 2023. I've got my entire conglomeration of support that I've had over the last 2 or 3 years. We've picked up 4 new ones. We picked up Waterland. We picked up Omega, Waterland sunglasses, Omega tackle, jigs and spinner baits. We've also picked up beat down mounts, and we have picked up one more Pro Guy batteries. So all of them will be added to the list. You guys will see more of that product. I'll be able to educate you on some of that as well. What works for me, what doesn't work for me, the things that are on the road. Traveling, guys. 101 2023, it's going to be a big year for me. I'm excited to get it kicked off. Can't wait for you guys to follow along. Like I said, this is the kickstart of my YouTube channel. Once again, 2023, we're rocking as always. Next video, I'm headed to Tennessee, pick up a bass boat, bringing you guys along. Don't miss it. I appreciate every single one of y'all for following. I can't tell y'all how much fun it's been, how much y'all have helped me with the feedback. Please feel free to leave comments, anything below that you guys have, suggestions, advice. whatever, leave it. We will cover it. I promise. You know I do. I do my very best to cover every single thing that you guys leave for me. I definitely read every single comment. And guys, until next time, God bless. And I'm out of here.